Hurricane Zeta hitting New Orleans right now. And over the hours before it came ashore, it strengthened, much more so than forecasters had predicted. 50-foot waves recorded in the Gulf of Mexico south of the Big Easy. And now it's racing inland. Full coverage ahead. I'm Shepard Smith. This is the news.
It's a nightmare scenario.
Widespread and out of control. COVID surging across America. Dr. Fauci live with us to talk about the long road ahead.
Stocks are sinking as virus cases rise in the United States.
Stocks plunging. Americans sick. Main Street hurting. Has the economic pain finally caught up with Wall Street?
Who here is voting for Trump?
This is not political. It's patriotic.
The message and the money. What's the presidential ad war telling us in this final week of the race?
Live from CNBC Global Headquarters, the facts, the truth, the news with Shepard Smith.
Hurricane Zeta roaring inland. It crashed ashore in southeast Louisiana less than 2 hours ago as a powerful Cat 2 storm. Zeta's packing 110-mile-an-hour winds at landfall, making it just 1 mile an hour shy of a Category 3. The NBC climate team expecting extensive damage. Zeta's hammering a region still recovering from 2 major hurricanes this year. NBC Universal coverage coming up. First tonight, from our new studios at CNBC Global Headquarters, a dire warning from the former head of the FDA. The pandemic is about to get much worse, and we're at only the beginning of a steep curve.
We're about, maybe 3 weeks behind Europe, maybe a month at the most. So we're on a trajectory to look a lot like Europe as we enter the month of November. So I think things are going to get worse.
Some facts now. COVID cases rising in 47 states over the past week, almost the entire nation. Infected patients are overwhelming some hospitals in America's heartland and in the American West. The writing has been on the wall for weeks. The Dow on Wall Street, they're finally taking notice. The Dow having its worst week since March, when the pandemic first began to rage, plunging more than 900 points today alone. In places like El Paso, hospitalizations have tripled in less than 3 weeks. Emergency tents set up in a medical center's parking lot for extra space. The convention center turning into a makeshift field hospital. A leading doctor in that city says they're talking about the possibility of rationing hospital care. Nationwide, COVID has never been this bad. We talked to doctors today across the country to find out what they're seeing right now and where they think we're headed.
I think we learned our lesson in March and April, really having to deal with such a dramatic increase in cases and seeing our hospitals be overwhelmed, where most people knew somebody that had been infected. But it is always possible, like we're seeing in Europe, that New York does have another wave, another surge.
Europe
if this continues to spread throughout the city. If we continue to have exponential spread, a week from now will be above 1,000. 2 weeks from now, potentially 2,000 people in the hospital. And that's not tenable. It doesn't matter how many resources.
This is a major public health emergency. We may well top out 100,000 cases a week, 100,000 cases a week. There are 1,000 people dying from this pandemic. This is a national tragedy. We have a national emergency.
America on alert. Europe has been a predictor of what's coming here. There, it just has become so bad that new lockdown orders were issued today in France and Germany. Dr. Anthony Fauci, now the nation's leading expert on infectious diseases, joins us. Dr. Fauci, thank you.
Good to be with you.